Hello, my name is Peter Raymer, and today we're going to be talking about how to apply a D365 service update. This will also include how to apply quality updates as well. In the previous article and video, I talked about the schedule for applying service updates, how Microsoft comes out with 4 updates a year with new features, new hotfixes, functionality that you need to take at least 2 updates a year, and we talked about that schedule, how you determine what that is, how much time you have, and the best process for updating all of your environments to a new version. In this video, I wanted to drill in specifically on how you can update a single environment with that new version and how you get that new version. So let's jump in. There's definitely some Microsoft documentation that you can check out here on how to apply that covers some of these same steps. I'm just going to give you a few more steps as we go through it. So really the first step is you're going to log into Lifecycle Services, or LCS for short, and then you're going to go to the environment you want to update. Typically all your environments should eventually be on the exact same version, so you want to go in one of those environments, maybe your test environment, and then to do that you can click the full details link on that environment. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter which one you actually go into. Then as you scroll down, you're going to see a section called Available Updates. And then it will show you what your current version is. So in this screenshot, it's actually showing 10.0.38. And the reason why I'm not bringing up LCS is I just didn't want to show an environment details specifically, but this will look the same for you. So this is 10.0.38. This is really that core version. And then underneath that, you may see either a quality update section or a service update section. And I want to talk for a minute on just kind of what the difference is between those two, because I know I often use those two terms interchangeably. I know a lot of maybe other people do as well. It can be a little confusing. Ultimately, the difference between a quality update and a service update is looking at is the new version we're taking on the same core version, or are we upgrading to a new core version? So here you can see that the current environment's on 10.0.38. The newest version that's out is 10.0.41, and so because this is that last number is a higher number, it means this is called a service update. If on the other hand, we had already taken 10.0.41 and we were looking at an environment and just trying to get a few more hotfixes. Maybe a new hotfix came out that fixed something in 10.0.41 that we needed. Then when we scroll down in that environment, we're going to see a section that looks like this, which is a quality update. And you'll notice here it still says 10.0.41. This one does as well. But if we look at this second number, this is usually called the build version number. It's a little different. It's got 2015.54. I know that's a little small to see. Whereas if I look at this last number here, it's 105. So 105 is greater than 54. It basically shows me that, roughly maybe 51 hotfixes have come out. I'm not sure that you can totally take that number for how many hotfixes, but it does show that there are now additional hotfixes, more than what I had previously applied to this version. And so in this case, it's called a quality update. In the end, I don't know that it matters that much. You're going to click this view update either way. You're going to save an all-in-one package that contains all the cumulative base Microsoft code needed to get you on that new version. So really, we use those terms as whether we're taking a package that contains new features and hotfixes, or just we're taking a package that contains new features. And that matters a little bit for, how automatic updates occur, whether, the system's applying or LCS is applying these automatic updates on a regular occurrence versus these quality updates. But in terms of us downloading a package, it doesn't matter so much. We're always downloading a cumulative package with all the details. So again, once we get to this section of the screen, we can click this View Update button. When we do that, oh yeah, and before I move on, you can click on this link and see some more details on kind of the differences of a quality update and a service update. So definitely feel free to check that out. Once you click that Save or View Package button, it's going to show you a dialog that looks like this. And it's going to show you all these different hotfixes that are part of this particular package. Again, when we say Save Package, it's going to contain all of the hotfixes and code we need up until that point. Note, it's a little confusing because you can't individually select a specific hotfix and save only that one or apply only that one. That might be, a little confusing or frustrating to people. Maybe they only want one small hotfix so that they're not largely impacting their system. But if you think about it, Microsoft is making these hotfixes on top of each other and then testing thoroughly the entire system. It would be kind of impossible or impractical to test every combination of taking one or more specific hotfix. It wouldn't work that way in the way code works. So every hotfix is cumulative, and then when we save a particular package, it's going to take all of the hotfixes that are available as of that day. So you're going to get all of them, kind of whether you like it or not. But in general, that's great. We bring that into a test system and test. So you click Save Package. It's going to create, again, what's called a binary update, so another label, but it's, again, just a cumulative package with all this data. So you click Select All and Save Package. It's a little confusing because, again, you could select a few of these. I think that's really only there so that when you export updates to like a CSV, you could pick specific ones. But realistically, whether we select all or not, when we save the package, we're going to get everything and all the latest code up into that point. After that, we're going to get a dialog where we can give it a name. So 10.0.41 package. I think later, in later screenshots, I call this service package. Then you click this Save Package button. Once you do that, the system's going to think for a few minutes and actually save that package. A package is really just a zip file in LCS in the asset library. So again, in this section, I kind of talk about how all the hotfixes are included. Next, we want to validate the package before we go to try to apply it. Did we save it correctly? Is it seen by LCS as a valid package? And the way we can do that is we log into LCS, we click this 3 lines button, and then select Asset Library. Once we do that, we want to select the Software Deployable Package tab in the asset library and then look for our particular package that we save. So in this case, service update 10.0.41. And then additionally, we should make sure that this valid checkbox is checked. It should be checked, but if, say, you uploaded your own package or something like that and it was ill-formed, then this checkbox would not be checked. So we need this both to be under software deployable packages, and we need this checkbox to be checked. If you want to know more about it, you can go to this link and learn some more about how, and what is occurring with validating that package. All right, now that we know that it's there, we want to apply it to a particular environment. And so maybe you're applying it to test. Usually that's your first stop, is to go to a test environment and apply it there. Maybe you're applying it in a dev cloud hosted environment. Either way, the steps are the same, and what you're going to eventually do for stage as well is the same. So go into LCS, go to the details of the particular environment, and then at the top you're going to see these kind of buttons or links at the top. Click Maintain and then select Apply Updates. After some time, you're going to get a dialog pop up that kind of looks like this, showing all of those software deployable packages that exist in your asset library that are approved. After that, you really need to type in the exact name of the package you want to apply and select it. This just makes sure that you're selecting the right one. Until you do that, the apply button down here is actually going to be grayed out. So you got to select that, type it in, maybe wait a few seconds, and eventually this apply button will become enabled. Then finally you can click apply and let the system apply that Microsoft code to your environment. That's going to take, an hour or two typically. Could take, more, could take less, kind of depends on the scenario, but the system's going to be taking all of that new base Microsoft code and applying it to the environment. They're going to be synchronizing the database with any new fields or tables that have occurred, which again, kind of depending on what version you're already on, there may not be, new schema changes. It may just be new hotfixes. But either way, that all-in-one package will get applied to your environment. Usually up in the top right corner, kind of in green, you'll see that it's processing. That status does not always update, so from time to time you should click reload on your browser, and then you'll be able to see the latest status of whether the package applied successfully, and then you'll be on that new version, or if that package failed, and then you need to look at the run books and kind of figure out why that may have been. But that's really it. There's some additional Microsoft documentation on all-in-one packages, so check out this article, or on how you update an environment. But those are the key steps of taking a new, whether it be a service update or quality update, into an environment manually. Applying a custom code package out of a pipeline is very similar. You're going to take it out of DevOps, download it from your DevOps pipeline, re-upload it up to that software deployable package folder in the asset library by clicking the plus button, giving it a name, and then applying the package the same way. That's going to be all of your custom ISV code. That again will be an all-in-one package of all the custom models, whereas this is an all-in-one package of all the base Microsoft code. So hopefully that's helpful to you, and as an administrator, you can take in those new updates. You can plan for taking those new updates regularly, get that new features, those new functionality, and the new hotfixes. It's amazing how often, when I find maybe an issue and I report it to Microsoft, Microsoft will say, hey, we're already aware of that issue. We've even already fixed it. It's in a newer version of what you're already on. Just take another quality update, or maybe a service update if it's on a higher core version number, and then you'll be fixed. So it's important to kind of plan to take those regularly into your system. That can prevent issues you don't even know you had. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. I really appreciate you watching. If you liked the video, click the like button. I also invite you to push the subscribe button as well. If there's other topics you would like to see a video on, please post in the comments and I'll see what I can do. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you.